The search for someone that you genuinely click with, that you genuinely have this connection with, that is so noticeable between the two of you, to have that connection, to have that recognition that this person is worth my time, this person, I connect with them, I'm so compatible with them, and we have the same values, we have the same priorities. We want the same things. And that is such a big deal, such a big thing. It's not some small thing. And it is one of those missions that is seemingly impossible to achieve. To find that person that, or, to find a person that is like that we connect with so well, that we are able to be so intimate with, able to share hour-long discussions with each other, and to have hour-long discussions, to dwell with each other, to dwell on thoughts, to just be so caught up in each other without it being unhealthy. To be so drawn to each other and yet not sinfully so. To love someone so in such a virtuous way. To love someone in that romantic way, but is so chaste, is so right, with no corruption in it, no distortion. To have that perfect love that casts out all fear. To have somebody that it doesn't matter what they're doing, you could just walk up to them and wrap your arm around them because they're yours. Because they belong to you. And not in some disturbed way, but in a way that they know they belong to you. And they have no problem with that. And you belonging to them belonging to you, both of you being so connected to each other. This is what it should be when two become one flesh. This kind of connection should already be there. And yet, we want different things than God sometimes, and when we do, we end up with a person that is so contrary to our nature, so contrary to what is us, that doesn't value the same things that we do, that doesn't have the same priorities, that treats us wrong. Because instead of having that person that we so connect with, that we so love, we get caught up in this idea that time is too short to take the time to nurture a relationship. Thinking that marriage has to be so early, thinking that children have to be so early. Letting death win before death even began. sowing the seed of death early instead of just living life and enjoying it. So what if you have babies in your 30s compared to your 20s? So what? There's biology, sure. But those who are of God have the Sarah clause. A 90-year-old woman has a child. The deadness of her womb was assured. She was barren from the beginning. A barren woman has a child at 90. And her husband at 100. They have a child together. So the point is, don't rush it. Because when you rush it, you make a mess. And when you make that mess, instead of having that pure union that God designed for marriage to be, for relationships to be, for the man, the woman to be, you end up with some abomination designed by the world. Don't have casual sex. Don't have casual relationships. There's nothing good in that. If you're going to marry somebody, marry your friend. Marry somebody that you are so compatible with, that you so connect with. Because when your children find their path and they're off doing their own thing, if that be the case, then you're going to be left with either a friend, or you're going to be left with this woman that was, or this man, that was just there to make babies with. That was just there for their resource. Somebody you don't love. Somebody that you are not compatible with. Somebody that is not yours. And you're not theirs. Even though you made a marriage before God. When you rush it, you don't know who you're marrying. When you rush it, you didn't give enough time to know that person. And although there's much to learn throughout, well, everything, to learn about each other, to learn about this, that, if you give it time, if you nurture something instead of forcing something, it's worth the wait.